Federal Reserve Chairman Powell's few remarks sent us stocks tumbling, once again highlighting the profound influence the Fed chairman wields over financial markets. Examining the historical interest rate curve of the Federal Reserve, current rates remain at a multi-decade high, indicating substantial room for rate cut. Looking ahead, the downward trajectory of US inflation appears arduous. If Trump were to impose tariffs next year, it would pose a significant challenge to expectations of rate cut. The past inflation was primarily due to pandemic-induced supply chain disruptions. The persistence of high inflation raises the question of whether it is attributable to the Biden administration or as a result of structural economic issues. A matter warranting further exploration, the delicate balancing act between high inflation and high interest rates presents a formidable challenge, a process likely to persist for another year or two. Absent any unforeseen major shocks, inflation is expected to decline in the long term. The Fed's elevated interest rates have to some extent provided ammunition to combat a potential economic crisis. Jerome H. Powell took office as chairman of the Federal Reserve System in February 2018. He was sworn in on May 23rd, 2022 for a second term as chair, ending May 15th, 2020. Powell was born in Washington, D.C. He received a bachelor's degree in politics from Princeton University in 1975 and earned a law degree from Georgetown University in 1979. While at Georgetown, he was editor-in-chief of the Georgetown Law Journal. Powell served as an assistant secretary and as undersecretary of the Treasury under President George H.W. Bush. There, he was responsible for policy on financial institutions, the Treasury debt market, and related areas. Before joining the administration, he worked as a lawyer and investment banker in New York City. Before his appointment to the Board of Governors, Powell was a visiting scholar at the Bipartisan Policy Center in Washington, D.C., where he focused on federal and state fiscal issues. From 1997 through 2005, Powell was a partner at the Carlyle Group. In addition to service on corporate boards, Powell has served on the boards of charitable and educational institutions, including the Bentheim Center for Finance at Princeton University and the Nature Conservancy of Washington, D.C., Maryland.